Hey, Gabriel here with the Icon Capture Geech Intelligence Brief for June 30th, 2026. All right, commercial research analysts and business development leads, we need to talk because this is one of those boards where if you only look at the opportunity count, you are going to misread the market. Here's what I want to do with you today. I want to walk through the new opportunity flow, the legislative and executive movement, the regulatory and court signals, and then bottom line what this means if you're actually managing a portfolio right now and trying to decide where to lean in, where to stay patient, and where you may be kidding yourself. Quick note before we get in. The GPS demand signal review is still open, 8 seats. The terrain that triggered this session has not shifted. Federal demand signal, 5,912 new opportunities in the pipeline. If you've been watching these briefs and thinking about it, today's board makes the case. Code GPS 591 holds a seat and the 30-day preview. Links in the description. So let's get right to the facts. Over the last 168 hours, GPS surfaced 5,112 new opportunities posted on SAM.gov. 2281 legislative signals, 0 federal hiring signals across 0 agencies. And all of that is happening while market BCL is 0%, with 0 agencies stalled under the continuing resolution. When examining the latest 168-hour window, one can't help but notice the sheer volume of opportunities at 5,912. On the surface, this seems like a tidal wave of potential. Yet the capture ticker reveals a nuanced reality. The top opportunities, such as the PRSM IDIC contract modification and the MAXC for large-scale military projects, lack disclosed amounts. This opacity can skew perceptions of size and attractiveness, potentially misinforming strategy if one relies solely on raw numbers. The board's absence of executive actions and DFARS changes suggests a stagnation in regulatory momentum, creating a landscape where opportunity flow is high but strategic clarity might be murky. This is where accessibility meets raw volume. A large number of postings does not inherently translate to market fluidity or ease of entry. For commercial research analysts and business development leads, the critical takeaway is to leverage familiarity with the capture terminal to dissect these opportunities fully, beyond what's visible at first glance. With 0 hiring and lobbying activity within this same window, the business cycle lag, BCL, stands at a static 0%, indicating no immediate economic dynamism. This could signal a period of reflection or recalibration within the federal space. For those reading this market, it's a reminder that while opportunity flow is robust, accessibility remains tethered to deeper, often less visible market currents. Moving into secondary signals, the complete absence of terrain holes, hiring spread, court opinions, and lobbying clusters paints a rather stark picture of the current landscape. This confluence, or lack thereof, suggests a period of market equilibrium where no single force is actively disrupting the status quo. For managers who read this tape, the message is clear. The market is steady but perhaps too quiet, indicating potential areas of mispricing. Without any court opinions or lobbying clusters, commercial research and business development leads might infer a period where regulatory influence is minimal, offering a stable yet potentially underexploited environment. This is the moment to assess whether your portfolio could leverage overlooked sectors or diversify in anticipation of future regulatory shifts. The absence of hiring and hiring agencies further underscores a stagnant labor dynamic, which could reflect either a pause in growth or a strategic shift towards automation. For those attuned to these signals, the opportunity lies in identifying sectors where labor investments might yield an outsized return once the market resumes movement. Ultimately, this unique combination of signals suggests that while the market is currently in a holding pattern, those with the foresight to look beyond the immediate can find value in the quiet. Smart portfolio moves likely live in the spaces overlooked by those focused solely on headline opportunities. The GPS and geospatial technology market is an evolving landscape driven by federal demand signals and commercial sector innovations. As you evaluate opportunities, consider how do federal procurement trends impact commercial entry points? What technological advancements are most likely to bridge existing gaps between government needs and commercial capabilities? Which strategic partnerships could accelerate market penetration and innovation? In a market where federal and commercial interests increasingly align, our portfolio focus must remain on identifying synergies that maximize both immediate gains and long-term strategic positions. Our conviction is clear. Those who adeptly navigate the confluence of federal mandates and commercial innovation will define the market's future trajectory. One more time on this, because the brief we just walked through is exactly the argument for it. The capture terminal, same intelligence we just read, filtered to your book, running overnight. The GPS demand signal review is still open. 8 seats. The terrain that opened this session is still holding. Code GPS 591 at communities.theicon.ai/capture the-govcon-elite. Window closes July 3rd at midnight. 12.6 million records, 4 verticals ready. Provenance traced from build to award. Like and subscribe if you're managing a federal grant, research, GovCon, or commercial portfolio. I drop a new GPS brief every weekday. All links, terminal preview, Shipley sessions, live cohort calendar, and the full brief are at communities.theicon.ai/capture/the-govcon-elite. Register free and it's all there. This is Gabriel. I'll see you tomorrow. Just a quick note. You'll be disconnected in